Hello students, welcome to Careers 360. Today we are at FOSTIIMA Business School and we have here Mr. Anil Somani, who is the chairman and founder of the school. Welcome sir.
Thank you.
So school was established in 2007, and how has FOSTIIMA Business School fulfilled its founding vision so far?
So yes, you are right. We did start in 2007, but the initial years we were on an asset light model, and the actual avatar in which we are at present actually happened in 2019. And the vision that we originally started with were two fold. First was to give back to the society, and two is to groom the students to their potential, those who had the caliber in them but could not do well on the fateful day of CAT. So we identified and picked such students and have groomed them to their peak potential. When we see our students performing so well in the corporate world and actually outperforming their peers, it gives us tremendous delight, and we really feel that the objective with which we started has been truly fulfilled.
And so how has the AICT approval and the NBA and AIU accreditations have added value to the learning experience of the students?
So to be honest, the learning experience is not affected by any of these accreditations or affiliations. The learning experience is being provided by our faculty and our curriculum, and that has never been diluted right from day one. However, the point is that these accreditations and affiliations are important. They work as a checks and balance within the system, and it also gives us a motivation to do better and better each year. So definitely these accreditations have helped in that sense, but we have always focused on the quality of our faculty and the curriculum. So therefore, we have always provided right from day one excellent learning experience to our students.
Okay. And there are several national level entrance exams that are already in place. What prompted FOSTIIMA to conduct its own entrance exam?
So I go back to where I started from. FOSTIIMA has been created with the objective of giving an opportunity to those students who have not performed well in the entrance test. There have been students who have actually not performed well, but they have the wherewithal and the potential in them. We give them an opportunity by taking FOSTIIMA's test, and if we find that their performance in that test is good, then we do admit them and groom them so that they can perform and outperform in the corporate world, where, like I said earlier.
And so there are a lot of working candidates as well who want to do MBA. So are they given preference over regular students who've just graduated and want to do MBA?
So we actually see the learning potential of the student, whether he is with experience or a working professional or he is a fresh graduate. We see that whether this candidate can be groomed, whether there is a scope for improvement in the candidate, and that is the basis of our giving admission to our students.
And in what ways does the IIM background of the core faculty translate into the benefits for students? How does it help the students?
So one of the unique features of FOSTIIMA Business School is that we try to give the experience, IIM-like experience to our students. Our tagline also says that we are as close as you can get to the IIMs. So our faculty who's from IIM, who they have been through the grind in 2 years in IIM Ahmedabad or the other IIMs, that's one part. And the second part is that they are from the corporate world. They have had the experience of the corporate world. So they bring to the FOSTIIMA classroom their years of experience in the corporate world and share it with the students. So it's a dual advantage that a FOSTIIMA student gets. One, he gets the experience from the faculty of the 2 years life at IIM, and also the real world corporate picture. So we actually focus on this experiential learning at FOSTIIMA Business School.
the business landscape is continuously evolving. So how do you maintain the curriculum? How does the curriculum keep up with the demands of the change?
Yes, definitely. The landscape is changing. Technology inputs are actually causing disruption. So there's no doubt about it. So every year we actually sit down with our faculty and the corporate executives, because we have access to the entire network of IIMA alumni. So we get the corporate executives from IIMs and outside, see what are the changes which are actually taking place in the corporate scenario. We look for the new skill sets which are required in the corporate world. We add them in our curriculum and modify our curriculum accordingly.
So can you also share how the school supports students in securing summer internships and what kind of learning opportunities arise from these
So at
internships?
FOSTIIMA, we always believe that summer internship is an important part of our curriculum. It's a part of the credits that we give to our students, and more than 6 credits are actually given to summer internship. We believe in not giving unpaid internships to our students. All our internships are paid internships so that they add value to the student. Most of our students, or I would not say most, but a good percentage of our students are without any corporate experience, and for them the internship and paid internship provides tremendous value. It is their first experience in the corporate world, and this learning from the internship is very valuable to them when they stand for placements and also when they go into the corporate world. Had this internship been unpaid, then the corporates also find these students a pain. But because is a paid internship, the corporates and their mentors take trouble in making them learn, and the students also learn a lot.
And so now we're on topic of placement. So what were the highlights of the recent placement session?
So placements this time has been different from every previous year. The corporates themselves are very unsure about what the future scenario and the workforce requirement is going to be. There is a lot of disruption and misconception about artificial intelligence, and everybody is waiting and watching and trying to understand how the situation unfolds. However, FOSTIIMA, so therefore, wherever the numbers used to be large, they have actually shrunk. The economy also, because of the geopolitical scenario, is also in some kind of turmoil. So therefore, the placements have been tough this year. The numbers have been shrinking. So we have therefore gone through a wider canvas of companies whom we were refusing otherwise because of lack of students available to give them. We have actually invited them and are doing good placements overall.
And are there any new specializations that the program, our programs that the school is planning to introduce
So
due to the
definitely we are planning new specialization, especially technology oriented specializations. We are also trying to incorporate the changes which are being envisaged by the national new education policy. So definitely going forward there will be more specializations, certifications, because the disruption caused by technology has to be imbibed by us and by all B schools. Any B school who does not do that is bound to perish.
And so, how do you envision FOSTIIMA adapting to global standards and preparing the students for leadership roles in the future?
So, like I said, the corporates are watching, the world is watching, global situation is in a turmoil. We are also waiting and watching to see that how this will pan out, how this will unfold. And in this situation of uncertainty, we are definitely sure that there are going to be changes and a lot of changes, and we are going to adapt ourselves to those changes, and we are going to adopt that in our curriculum. And every new development, whether it relates to AI, whether it relates to machine learning or analytics, has always been incorporated in FOSTIIMA, and it is bound to get continue to get adapted in times to come also.
So one final question: what should the aspiring students know about first time, and how can they, make use of their time when they're here?
So, to be honest, most students who join a business school are not really aware what a B school education entails. So while we do teach them a whole gamut of business subjects like marketing, finance, HR, etc., the actual learning that a B school provides, and which we, the faculty from the IIMs, learned is that we got certain decision making skills from the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. Why the IIMA graduates are doing well is because they know when to take a back seat and when to take a leadership role. This decision making ability has actually helped the IIMA graduates to perform well. The same decision making ability we try to inculcate and imbibe in all our students through the methodology and teaching which has been developed at IIMA Ahmedabad, for which they have adopted from Harvard Business School and which we have adopted at FOSTIIMA Business School. So the student who is coming to FOSTIIMA, the 2 years that he spends in FOSTIIMA, he is required to be regular, read the cases which are given to him in advance before he comes to the FOSTIIMA classroom, so that he can participate in the case discussion. What is in Hindi known as case discussion is like a sagar ka manthan, that if a student participates diligently and religiously in that, definitely his decision making process, his thought process is going to improve, and he is going to be a leader when the situation arises in the corporate world. Let me be honest, FOSTIIMA students are today recognized as resilient and students who can withstand pressure and outperform their peers. And we are tremendously glad about the same. When they come here after 2 years, 5 years to FOSTIIMA and meet us, we are really very, very glad to see their performance.
And so, any final thoughts you would want to say?
As a final thought, let me say this, that well, yes, at FOSTIIMA Business School, for any student who wants to join, I can assure you that we provide them excellent learning, unparalleled coaching, and if you are here, let me say this, that your future is assured.